Good morning, boys and girls. I am Miss Snap. I will be your reading teacher for today. I hope you enjoy today's lessons. First grade scholars, today we will review consonant blends and words with suffixes. Let's get ready to start. Let's take a look at these two letters. The letter S makes the S sound, and the letter C makes the K sound. When we blend these two consonants together, they make the sound sk, as in the word scarf. The letter P makes what sound? And L makes the L sound. When we blend P and L together, they make the sound pl, as in place. G makes the sound G, and R makes the R sound. When we blend G and R together, we get gr, as in grandma. Let's do this one together. S makes the what sound? Yes, S, and T, t, t. So when we blend S and T together, we get the sound st, as in stuck or start. Let's look for suffixes at the end of words to help us read them. Does this word have a suffix? No, it does not. Let's tap it out. B, ache, bake. When we blend those sounds together, they make the word bake. Now I want you to try and thumb tap it out. I can't hear you. Good job. Now go ahead and say the word bake. Wonderful. Does this word have a suffix? Yes, it does. It has a S at the end. So smile is now smiles. This word also has a magic E. And remember, the magic E makes the I say its name. So we have a long I sound in this word. This word also has a consonant blend, SM. So blended together, S and M sound like owls. Try tapping this word out with your thumb. Yes, great. Say the word smiles. Good job. Let's look at this word. Does it have a suffix? Yes, it has ED. So in this word, the E serves two purposes. It is the magic E to make the A say its name, and then it's a part of the suffix. So we don't hear the E, but we hear the long A, and we hear the D sound at the end, D. So let's blend baked together. B, ake, d, baked. Go ahead. I want you to try blending baked. Thumb tap it out. I can't hear you. Great. Say the word baked. I baked cookies yesterday. What about this word? Does it have a suffix? Yes, ing. It sounds like ing. The root word smile has an E at the end, but the suffix replaces the E. But the I, the first I, still says its name, I. So let's say this word together, smiling. Let me hear you say it again. Yes, smiling. Great job. Does this word have a suffix? Yes, it does. ing, which makes the ing sound. If we remember the root word, which is dive, what do you see? I can't hear you. Yes, a magic E. And what does the magic E do for the vowel I? That's right. It makes it say its name. So there is a long I in this word. And the E is replaced by ing. So do we pronounce this word diving or do we pronounce it diving? I can't hear you. That's correct. We pronounce this word diving. Very good. Blend the word diving. Go ahead, tap the letters out with your thumb. Good. Now, say the word diving. Great job. All right, boys and girls, let's sing our song together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Gather round together, together, together. It's time to hear a story, a story, a story. It's time to hear a story and say what you've learned. Great job, boys and girls. Okay, first grade scholars, we're going to read our learning targets for today. The first one says, I can retell the events from the story Looking for Mars. If you remember, once before we talked about retell the events. That means to tell what happened in the story using our own words. Our next learning target says, using evidence from the text, I can answer questions about the story Looking for Mars. Remember, evidence is information that we will use from the text. The text is the story that we will use to answer questions about Looking for Mars. Listen carefully as I read the story Looking for Mars. Remember, when I am done reading, you will stop and you will retell the story to someone in your home. Listen. James looks out the window, and what does he see? It is the moon. Look, it is smiling at me, says James. That gives James an idea. James grabs Pat by the hand and says, Pat, you are in for a treat. It is dark. It is not storming tonight, so the sky is clear. It is time to see Mars. Pat claps her hands and says, Let's go. Pat and James start to walk to the park, but it is not warm, so they go back and grab a scarf for Pat. James puts on Granddad's hat, and it is way too big on him. That makes Pat giggle as they walk down the street. It is a short walk to the park, says James, but it is a long way to the stars. When they get to the park, they look up in the dark. There are so many stars, says James. There is the North Star, but it is hard for Pat to see the star. Mars is so far away. Look for the red. Just look very hard, says James. But it is still too hard for Pat to see. She does not see Mars. She does not see the North Star. James and Pat go to the yard in the park, away from the street lights. We can see more stars here in the dark, says James. Pat stands on a log to make herself tall. That is better, says James. Then Pat grabs his arm. Mars, says Pat. I knew you could see it, says James. I go to bed with stars? Asked Pat. No, we can't sleep out here tonight, Pat. That would not be safe, and it would be too cold. But we will do it again, says James. Pat waves her little hand into the dark. Bye, stars. Bye, Mars. As Pat and James leave the park, Pat takes his arm. I have fun looking at Mars for a while. The moon follows them home, still wearing a smile. Now pause the video and have someone read the story to you again. Then, using your own words, retell the story to someone in your home or retell it to a stuffed animal. Remember to tell them what happened in the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story, Looking for Mars. Now that the story has been read to you twice, I'm going to ask some questions. Here's the first one. Think about what you heard in the story both times. What did James see out the window? I need you to think about it first. Yes, correct. He saw the moon. Here's your second question. What do James and Pat go back to the house for? You can't see the text, so you have to think about it. That's right. They went back for a scarf and Granddad's hat. Your third question, which words from the story let you know that it's a good night to see Mars? Can I hear you? Yes, it is dark and the sky is clear. That's right, it's not stormy. Good job, scholars. Remember, think about the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. Here's another question. How does Pat feel about going to see Mars? How do you know? What is your evidence? Are you thinking? Yes, I agree with you. Pat is very excited, but how do we know that she is excited? I can't hear you. Yes, because she claps her hands and she says, let's go. Here's your second question. Why can't Pat go to bed with the stars? Think about the end of the story. That's right, because it is not safe. It's too what? It's too cold. So she can't sleep outside. She has to sleep in her house. That's correct. Good job. Sometimes we use words that really don't mean what they mean. For example, has anyone ever told you that you're in for a treat? What did that mean? Well, in this story, Looking for Mars, James told Pat she was in for a treat. What did James mean when he said Pat was in for a treat? Think about it for a minute. Yes, that means that she was going to see something special. Do you remember what that special thing was? In the story, the children grab a scarf and Pat grabs James's arm. What is another word that has the same meaning as grab? What is the opposite meaning? Yes, if I grab something, if I grab, it means that I am trying to what? I'm trying to take something or I'm trying to get it. Oh, scholars, you are so smart. Let's look at two more questions around vocabulary and language. The first one says, when James puts on the hat, Pat giggles. What is another word for giggle? What is the opposite? Yes, to giggle means to, to laugh. What's the opposite of laugh? Yes, to cry. Great job. Let's look at the second question. What does the author mean by the phrase, the moon follows them home? Can the moon really follow you home? James and Pat were able to see the moon the entire time they walked home. That's what it means for the moon to follow them home. Okay, boys and girls, let's sing our song together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now it's time to learn high frequency words together. Together. It's time to learn about words readers and writers use a lot. Great job, boys and girls. Our learning target for today says, I can read high frequency words and words that don't play fair. So today we are going to learn to read some high frequency words. Some of these words don't play fair. Do you remember what that means? It means that some of these words don't allow us to use the sounds that we have learned. When we learn a word that doesn't play fair, we just have to remember that word. First grade scholars, let's look at our high frequency words for this week. The first one is just, again, could, would, does, knew, by, and or. Let's practice our high frequency words today. When you see a letter appear on the screen, say the sound that the letter makes. Let's try the first one together. B, y, eh. When you blend those letters together, what word do you hear? This word does not play fair because the word is by. Listen to it in a sentence. Pat said, "Bye, stars, bye, Mars," as in goodbye. Remember, say the sounds that the letters make. K, eh, w. Does that sound like new? Remember, K and N blended together make the sound, and E and W make the U sound. I knew you could see it, says James. Next word together. This word does not play fair. W, ow, d. But when we blend the sounds together, they do not sound like would. Let's try this word in a sentence. That would not be safe. Usually, the O and the U together make the sound ow, but in this word, we do not hear ow. See if it plays fair. Ow, d. Does that word play fair? The word is could. I could see the stars on a clear night. Again, does not play fair because at the beginning of the word there's an A, but we hear the sound. And then the second part of the word we hear gen, G-E-N. We pronounce the word again. It does not play fair. Let's use this word in a sentence. That was fun. We will do it again. The last word begins with j, st. Remember, st is a consonant blend that makes the sound st. When we blend these letters together, the word is just. Does this word play fair? Yes, it does. Listen to this word in a sentence. I guess Pat just wanted to see the stars and Mars. Just. Say the word with me. Just. Our next learning target says, I can read and understand the decodable text looking for Mars. You will identify the high frequency words that we just reviewed and bossy R words throughout the story. Remember, the vowel sound changes from the A and the O sound to the R and the OR sound whenever we add R after the vowel. For example, let's look at the word Mars. The A is followed by R, so that changes it to the R sound, no longer A. Let's get started. All right, first grade scholars, you will need a pencil or a highlighter to complete the next activity. You will also need a partner from your home to help you. As you read Looking for Mars again, there are two things that you are going to look for. One, you're going to look for your high frequency words circled in yellow, and you're going to look for bossy R words circled in purple. Remember, bossy R words are those words with vowels that are controlled by R. What that means is that if it has the vowel A, when it's followed with a R, it will make the sound R instead of A. Go ahead and pause the video and get a pencil or a highlighter so that you can complete the activity. Okay, first grade scholars, now that you have a pencil or a highlighter, we are going to practice identifying high frequency words or bossy R words. Remember, these words circled in yellow are the high frequency words, and the words circled in purple are the bossy R words. We are looking for both types of words as we read our story, looking for Mars. Let's practice the first 2 pages together. It is dark. There is no storm. It is time to see Mars. Pat and James start to go to the park, but it is not warm, so they get a scarf for Pat. Detectives, did you spy any high frequency words or bossy R words? Yes, I did also. Let's look at what we found. Yes, in the first sentence, the word dark has R, which is a bossy R word. The next sentence, storm, very good. We see the OR, which is also a bossy R word. The third sentence, Mars. Good job. You guys are super smart. Let's go to the second page. Pat and James start, that's another one, to go to the park. And we have park here. Good job. But it is not warm. Oh, did I hear another one? Warm? Correct. AR. So they get a scarf for Pat. Did you spy another word? That's a bossy R. I did too. Scarf. Now, although we did not find any high frequency words, we're going to keep looking as you read the pages with your partner. Pause the video so that you can complete the activity.
Okay, boys and girls, help me sing our next transition song. Ready? Let's go. It's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. It's time to practice what we learned. It's time to go to work. Good job.
Okay, boys and girls, it's time for our independent activity. That means you will work alone. Let's look at our last learning target. I can read and understand the decodable text looking for Mars. You will need to have your distance learning packet, lesson 22, and a pencil to complete this activity. You can also get some crayons so you can color your pictures. Pause the video and get your materials, and I'll be here when you get back. Thank you for gathering your materials, lesson 22, and your pencil. Use your pencil to draw pictures about the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story, looking for Mars. Then, use your own words to write sentences that describe the pictures that you drew. It's okay to use your decodable reader if you need some help. And don't forget, color your pictures so that it looks nice and neat. What did you do today that is helping you become a more proficient reader? Take some time to think about that. Thank you for learning with me today, boys and girls. Here are some reminders to help you get ready for second grade. Watch the alphabet chant video, read the decodable reader for the week, practice at least 5 new high-frequency words each day, read 20 minutes, and complete a reading log entry. Don't forget to practice your handwriting by writing the letters A through Z in lowercase and uppercase letters. Write your high-frequency words, CVCE and CVC words, and short and simple sentences. Until I see you again, bye.